All right, this is day number 18. Let's give it a listen. So this one's pretty interesting, I think. It all started from that, like the synth here, so that is actually from a field recording that I did over the summer. I was in Europe visiting my family over there, and in the London Heathrow Airport, the elevator made like this ding sound. It was like a synth that was detuning. I thought it sounded super cool, so I just recorded it on like my phone on like voice memos. And I've been trying to mess around with granular synthesis. Like I wanted to write a song with just like pure granular synthesis, kind of like a film score kind of sound. I did some when I was in college for a class, like a film scoring class. And I thought it was cool, so I've been trying to do one of those again. So that was my idea with this, was actually to make something that like wasn't super musical, that just sounded kind of like weird and glitchy and, you know, just kind of freaky. But it didn't end up working out that way. I just played this, like I put that thing in, and then it chopped it up to that, like mixed with the granular synthesizer to get that like kind of thing. And then I was counting it, and I was like, "Ooh, this is in 9/4. Like that's kind of cool. Maybe I should write a song in 9/4." And kind of abandon this idea of it being super atonal and weird. Like, let's just do a song in 9/4. And then I've also, for a few days, I've been thinking about writing like a jazz standard form. Like this is what this is. It's like an 8-bar, 16-bar thing that just repeats, you know, and then like super easy to solo over. Kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? A modal song. So a modal is like in a mode, like Dorian or Lydian or whatever, you know, where it just hangs out in that mode and you kind of go in and out and play different scales that are parallel or relative and just make something silly. So kind of arrived at that just with this. I was like, you know, I could kind of do that with this song. Like it's a 9/4, which is already pretty weird. I feel like that fits kind of in like the modern jazz kind of sound, or even in this like modal. I wouldn't call this modern. Like I feel this is inspired a lot by Maiden Voyage, and which is not like a new song. It's made a while ago. And then also Ahmad Jamal's Chamber Music of the New Jazz, New Roomba, which is also an old song. I think that came out in like the 40s or 50s, so you know, definitely not modern. But I was inspired by that. Like I could take that and I could put it in a weird time signature, and that will kind of modernize it. So most of it is around this D sus, and then the turnaround is E flat major to what? To A flat major, to F minor, to E major, and then back down to the D. The D sus, D7 sus, D9 sus, D13 sus probably actually, because it has a B in there on the top. Yeah. It's A flat major, F minor, E major. And this was like surprisingly difficult to record. I had to actually count out loud like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 every single time. I feel like I've been playing music in 4 for so long because that's the stance of that everything is in 4 or 8 or 16, like it's always a multiple of 4. So I just naturally have like that internal clock of 4 and 18 and 16, or sorry, not 18, 8 and 16 and 32. Like I'm always just feeling that kind of pulse. So for it to be in 9, my instincts were always off right. You know, I'd be like, oh, it's right here. And I'd be like, no, it's not right there. I have to count it. Like I have to be counting, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 every single time in order to get it. Especially on the turnaround section where it's the and of 5, which is like, it doesn't even exist in 4/4. There's no and of 5 because there's only 4 beats. So that was a challenge. It was really difficult the whole time. Oh my gosh, I realized I haven't been listening to the melody. I wrote a melody for this that's just like with a saxophone synth that I asked one of my friends, my friend Caleb, if he would be willing and able to record it for real. Just record it on his sax and send it back to me. So we'll see if he does that. That'd be sick. I'm just gonna re-upload it on SoundCloud if he does send that to me. I don't think I'm gonna remake this video though. I mean, you get the idea. I'm already late on making this video anyways. Today's Monday the 20th, and I finished this on Saturday evening. So I was kind of waiting for him to send it back to me so I could shoot this video with that sax, but wasn't able to get to it, so that's okay. We'll just make this video like this. There's the saxophone. Yeah, so I think up until I played this melody on the sax, like that's when I finally got the feel for 9, and I feel like I wasn't having to count every single time. Like you'll hear the melody here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, you listen to it, and it doesn't sound weird. Like it doesn't sound like 9 is a crazy number to be playing in. But when I was actually playing it, I was like, wait, I'm missing the downbeat entirely. Also fun to write drums to this. That was a challenge as well. I did have to mess around with the pattern a little bit. Because again, snare on 2 and 4, that's a 4/4 thing, and that's symmetric. It's every measure you can do 2 and 4 and 2 and 4, and they're always 2 beats apart, always evenly spaced. But if I did 2 and 4 and 9, then it would be on beat 1 eventually. It'd be 2, 4, 6, 8, and then in 1. So yeah, had to mess around with it to make it work. This is cool. I like this modal jazz, servicing my my jazz minor here. All that studying and listening to recordings for hours and memorizing songs was worth something because it gave me context to make something like this. So that's cool. All right. I think that is everything. Thank you and goodbye.